here with our 3 popular heat presses, and just to kind of, show you which heat press you might be interested in, or, just to kind of tell you all the terms of heat presses, because there are a lot of information with each heat press, and we want to make sure that you know what you need and then know what heat press to buy. So I'm Danielle.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Jessie.
And we're just going to really start with these 3 main heat presses that we have. So pretty much we get a lot of phone calls with everybody saying, I need a heat press. And then the follow-up question is, which one do I get? Well, there's a lot that goes into that particular question. It's a little bit more involved than just us telling you, get this one. So we're just going to kind of break it down for you, let you know what's the important questions to ask or what's the important information that you need in order to get you to where you want your business to be. So we're good?
Hi, Terry, Joy, and Pat.
Okay. So our itty-bitty mini that's in front of Jess, that is our swinger model heat press. So one of the questions you should ask yourself is, what size transfers or vinyl applications do you need for your business? If you are doing, let's say, onesies, youth, pocket logos, things that are on the smaller side, things that will not exceed 8.5 by 11, then your mini will be perfectly fine for you. That would be the 9 by 12. Your next size up, we'll just talk size first and then we'll switch to the next topic. So the next size up is your 15 by 15. This is the standard size heat press. 15 by 15 unit is considered your commercial heat press size. And we're showing this one, this is our MP998. This is our, pretty much our first TransPro model that we came out with. So totally manual, your 15 by 15. So this can do, I would say, up to a 14 by 14 transfer comfortably. So you can definitely, when you're kind of looking on our website, something to sort of keep in mind is look at the transfers that you like, click on them, they'll show you the size of the transfer. If most of your transfers are going over that 14-inch threshold, like 14 and a half, then your next heat press would be the 16 by 20. This is going to give you a lot more space on your platen to allow you to work with those larger size prints. This will also allow you to do things if you're doing like back of jerseys where you have to put the name and the number. The 16 by 20 is going to give you more space on your bottom platen so you can set up your design easily and be able to do it in one press at one time. So if you know that you're going to be doing larger size items, let's say even digital transfer paper, the 11 by 17, you want to go with the larger 16 by 20 unit. So that's the first question you should ask yourself is, what size do I need? Am I doing small or am I doing large? The next question, do we have any questions with that part?
Hellos.
Okay. The next question is, how much space do you have? The 2 clamshell models open top to down, so up, down. But the swingers, we also offer the swinger not only just in this itty bitty little 9 by 12, but we do have the 16 by 20.
Mama Bear.
So you could get this same style, but in this platen size. So knowing that, you'd need a lot more swinging space. So you kind of need a setup where you have double the amount of space because you want to be able to swing that model. You want to be able to clear this platen. So you want to be able to swing it all the way over. So that's something that you really want to take into consideration. Do you have that much space in your work area to accommodate for that larger 16 by 20 swing? Or do you need these ones that open, the clamshell models that open top to bottom? Excuse me. Then the next question would be is, how convenient do I want it? Do I need it to be manual? What about semi-auto? Or we do have some automatic heat presses, but that's not in the TransPro line. So knowing that, do you want to physically close and open it on your own, or would you like it to pop up on its own? So the TransPro Select, so this model heat press, this is a TransPro Select semi-auto. So when it is on, there is a magnet right here. This will lock it in place and allow it, once the timer counts down, it will open up on its own for you. And it kind of eases open here. We'll just listen to that again. Ready?
So it doesn't violently pop up.
But if we do, let me see if I have, I wish this is like backwards, but. So that's your manual, and then you pop it open on. Woo! That's because I'm back here.
She's from behind.
Let me do it from the right way, and then you can kind of see. This is the one we use all the time, so you guys know how. There you go. You ease it open. Okay, so that's the other thing to consider. With, do you want manual, or are you going to be doing lots of shirts a day on a daily basis? That, I think, is when you want to go with the Select Semi-Auto, because it's less strain on you closing and opening when you're doing multiple shirts in a row. You want that to open up on its own for you, so you don't have to put that strain in to open it up on your own and, you know, give that extra effort, I guess. All right, we're good? Kind of running through
Do we
these.
offer any trade-in deals? Unfortunately, we do not offer any trade-in deals. But we have very good prices on these.
Yes.
So if you want to sell yours on eBay or locally, then you can come on over and get one of these babies.
These are all towards the lower end for price point, and that is another thing to consider, your budget. It is wonderful to get a 16 by 20 Select Semi-Auto, but if it's not in your budget, then that might not be the heat press for you. We do offer the Select Semi-Auto in the 15 by 15 as well. And we do offer this one in the 15 by 15 and the 16 by 20, this model, so the manual. So we do have both sizes in either one of these. We also have another model that's kind of like in between this one that we just couldn't fit on the table, and that's the TransPro Select. So it won't open up on its own. It will be a manual version just like this one, but it will give you the features of this one just like this sliding drawer, which is a really great feature. We did do a complete Facebook Live on this particular unit with the sliding drawer, which is quite handy because when you are working with this one, your hands are constantly near the heat. Your vinyl is also near the heat, and your transfers. When you switch over to this one, you can set up your design in front of you here, away from the heat, slide it in, lock it down, and then when you have to peel it away, you can just slide it back out. So you're totally away from the heat with this one, and that will help your vinyl from curling or anything else, the transfer papers from curling on the edges. It will help avoid that.
Jackie says that she has a 15 by 15 press and hers hasn't ever locked down. She said, I just assumed it doesn't lock shut. This here is your pressure
I don't know if you can see that.
gauge.
We're gonna lower that down.
So you want to have it lowered at an angle when you're adjusting it to get tighter or to get lighter. So if your machine isn't locking down, it can be that it's too much pressure and it will not allow it to lock down, or too light of a pressure. So we do offer 1-year warranty on our machines, and you can always email in with any issues that you're having. So Jackie, if you could just give us an email at service@proortink.com, our warehouse technician will be able to help you get that straightened out, because it should be locking down. All the machines lock down.
Yes.
Just that one automatically pops open, but they all lock down. So if it's not locking down, it's probably an easy fix.
And not locking down, just to kind of piggyback on that, it needs to lock. That's what gets you the accurate pressure that you're setting it at. So if it's not locking, your transfers or your vinyl will not work. So definitely let us help you with getting that pressure to lock in place, because that's when it's going to make sure everything works fine for you in the long run.
And Teresa, we do not have any cat presses in the studio. They're actually way in the back warehouse. We have to prep for the lives ahead of time, but we do have a Facebook Live that was pre-recorded under our video section that shows the cat presses as well. The semi-auto one, the one with the interchangeable Platens, and we did also one with the manual one that shows how to do all different cats. And Cliff said the slide out helps a lot so you don't burn your knuckles.
Yes.
Margot says, what if something on it breaks? Who fixes it? So just as I mentioned, we do have customer support. Some things, we rarely get issues But the issues sometimes are very, very easy to fix where the technician could just actually send a video out, and it's something that you can just switch out or do yourself. Or if not, then it could be mailed back in, so a technician here can work on it. But they do have a 1-year warranty and a lifetime warranty on the heating elements. And that was it.
And all of these presses, no matter the model or the size, can all be threaded. So what do I mean by threaded? That's what there's like tons of terms, in the t-shirt world that if you don't know, you would never know what it means. So threading means that you're able to place the top around, kind of straddle it over the heat press and place it the reverse side that way. You are able to thread any of these models from collar up this way. So you would then in turn have to turn your TransPro upside down, but any of these, even the Select, can be threaded so that you can, not have the bottom of the shirt, affecting anything that's been printed on the top. So you can thread and slide, and you're perfectly fine with pressing any of these. And of course the mini can handle it too.
And now they do not have interchangeable Platens, but that's the beauty of pressing pads and pressing pillows. With those, you're able to do your smaller shirts, your sleeves, your legs without any issues with these presses. And let's see.
And we do have the pressing pillows or the perfect pads. Either one of them will allow you to modify the size of your platen, and you don't need to spend that extra money to do those interchangeable units that the higher end heat presses offer.
And Lindsay said her top plate does not completely align with the bottom when it's closed. Is that normal? If you have a crafting press, this has what we call a floating platen because it gives more ease when people use these. Some use these for like craft shows when they're doing like plaques or smaller sublimation items, tiles. So it gives more leeway to be able to press it. But as you notice, as I'm moving it, it kind of like moves. So it will line back up. But I do see, I'm starting to get a lot of comments of questions, technical questions. Just email them over to service@proworldinc.com, and the technician will be able to assist you with any issues you're having with the press.
And the floating platen is on all of them. They all have this kind of little wiggle to them. That allows it to line up and give you that even pressure that's required. Now, Jess mentioned that this is great for a crafting press, the mini. Another thing to consider with, which heat press to buy is the thickness of the items that you're going to be printing. These two can handle up to about 3/4 inch thickness. This one, though, can handle a much thicker, I think you can go up to about 1.5 to 2 inches for this particular model. So if you're doing plaques and you're doing something, similar to plaques on a regular basis, like that thickness of a plaque, you probably want to go with a swing-away model over a clamshell because that will give you even pressure throughout the entire plaque. Any thick item on this, when you go to close it down, you'll see that it hits the back of the platen first. So that'll allow the top part to not get even enough pressure if you're doing a thicker item that you can't lock the press down with. Your top part, or the bottom, if you're flipped around, this side, whatever's on this area, like your plaque won't probably get as much heat and pressure as the back side. So plaques are really the only thing that we have in stock and inventory that would probably be thicker, too thick to handle these, but the swing away could.
No other questions? Yeah, Stephanie, you just want to email in to service@proworldinc.com to get that straightened out with your pressure knob. It could be something as simple as Mitch said, just adjusting the bolt. And that's it. No one else has any other questions.
So just to kind of recap, when you're picking the right press for you, you want to consider budget, the size of the press, whether it's a manual or semi-automatic, whether the style or type, so whether it's a swing away or clamshell design, and definitely take all those things into consideration when determining what the best press for you would be. We have plenty of different models in our TransPro line. And of course, they're all, you know, they're priced from, I believe the mini, what are we at the mini? Two something, $199? So it goes $199 all the way up to, I don't think we venture over $600 or $800 depending. I can't.
But I don't remember if this one went up because the tariffs.
Maybe. So check our website. But this particular model right now we're at $329 for the 15x15 manual. So it's totally within reach for any of our heat presses that we sell. So definitely, you know, look into that. Think about what you need, what you want. And if you have any questions, you know, definitely reply within, you know, the video feed or send us an email, service@proworldinc.com, and we will definitely be able to help you pick the right heat press for you.
And we do have, oh, I'm glad she just brought it up. I was just about to say that, Kathy. For those of you who are watching a shared video or are new to Pro World, we do have the new customer special. So if you purchase $399 worth of qualifying stock products, such as our already created stock transfers, vinyl rolls, sublimation blanks, or transfer papers, you can get a discount on these heat presses. So that's giving you your product and a good price on the heat press for a good heat press and good customer support, as the owner always says.
And your discount on the heat press is about $200. So, you know, $399 worth of products, then you can knock off $200 from your heat press. So that's a huge discount. And that's for first-time customer special. So whoever threw that in there,
Kathy.
thank you. Thank you, Kathy. You're right on top of that. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that was it. And it is only for first-time customers because that was a part of her question as well.
Okay.
Nope, nothing else.
All right. Well, be sure to send in your questions, your emails, so that we can help you out. And we will see you next week. So bye, everybody.